Nate.
Hey, Jennifer.
Okay, let's talk about how to make your movie look really good. This is called composition.
Composition?
Yeah, composition is the placement of things on screen. You get to decide exactly where the actors get to go.
You mean I get to choose?
Uh-huh. The first thing you have to think about is headroom. Headroom is the amount of space above the actor's head. I brought Mr. Bubbles along to help us out. Say hi.
Hi, Mr. Bubbles.
Okay, look at this. So, what's wrong with this shot?
Well, it looks weird. There's too much space above the thing's head.
Thing? That's Mr. Bubbles.
Oh, right. Sorry.
But yes, there is way too much space above his head. So, now what's wrong with the picture?
Well, now you cut Mr. Bubbles' head off with the top of the screen.
Right. And so now, how's that?
Wow, that looks good.
Okay, now we're going to talk about something called lead room. I'm going to turn Mr. Bubbles to the side.
Okay.
All right, now, how does that look?
Something doesn't look quite right. Mr. Bubbles is squished against the side of the screen.
Okay, so how's that?
That doesn't look bad.
Not bad, but it's still not quite right. When an actor is looking to the side, you need to give them a little extra lead room to look into. Like this. It just makes for better composition. The same idea works for something that is moving in one direction across the screen. Hey, want to try something? How about you try and follow Mr. Bubbles with the camera?
Oh yeah, baby.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
Yeah.
How was that?
Not so good. Let me try again.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Ooh.
Better?
Yeah, that was great.
Nice work. Are you ready for something a little more technical?
I'm not really a technical kind of guy.
That's okay. This is easy. Ever heard of the game tic-tac-toe?
Yeah, I love that game.
Well, cool. That's all this is. It's called the rule of thirds, though. You just draw an imaginary tic-tac-toe board on the screen or on the viewfinder.
Okay,
No. In your head.
Oh, right.
As you can see, this divides the screen into 3 parts, vertically and horizontally. You use this grid to know where to place the actors on the screen. For example, the actor's eyes should be placed on the top line of the grid like this. It works if you are zoomed in or out. The cool thing is, this gives you the right amount of headroom.
Excellent.
Okay. Now, suppose you have 2 actors. You can use the tic-tac-toe board to know where to place them. You want to put them on 2 vertical lines, like this.
Okay, but who is this?
Wiggles. Say hi.
Hi, Wiggles.
So, use the rule of thirds as a reference every time you push the record button.
That seems easy enough.
Okay, now the last thing we have to talk about is background.
Background? Well, that can't be important. It's background.
It might seem like that, but if you don't pay attention to your background, your video can end up looking really bad. Check this out. Your audience will be looking at the distracting background and stop paying attention to what the actors are saying and doing. You can usually fix background problems by moving the camera or the actor. If you can't get a good background, it's worth it to move to a good location.
Wow, that's a lot of information.
Well, actually, if you can just remember headroom, lead room, and background, you've got it. Hey, want to help me out here?
Oh, sure.
Hey, I think Mr. Bubbles likes you.
Well, I guess he is kind of cute.
Let's review. Is this the proper framing for headroom? How about this? I see. This is it. Not too much space at the top and not too little. This is just right. Well, this can't be right. What's wrong with this? Oh, that's right. Always make sure the person on screen has enough nose or lead room. That way the audience will look in the same direction as the person on screen and nothing gets cut off. Notice the light pole that's behind the woman on the left. Doesn't it look as if the pole is growing right out of her head? Well, if you move the camera to the right a little, the pole stays in the background, but is not a distracting addition to the shot. Remember, other things will play a role in your background. Make sure nothing distracting can be seen that will take the viewer's eyes or thoughts off the important information on the screen.